I love using what God gave to me. It's so amazing. I can't explain it. Turning hope to reality. Touching your life with mine. Using the gift of my hands to create all I can.
Hello, everyone. I am Faith Godbold from A Touch of Faith. Thank you for watching the replay. Come on in. I am super excited to be back with you today for Studio Saturday. And it's going to look a little bit different today because we're in my kitchen. So welcome, welcome, welcome. As you come in, make sure you say something so I know you're here, whether you're watching us live or later on the replay. And if you don't mind, go ahead and drop your city and state in the comments. I always look forward to seeing how far our broadcast reaches. And if this is your first time tuning in, make sure you comment the word new. And guess what? After the live is over, I will go back and I will invite you to become a part of our faith family. If you haven't done so, YouTube people, make sure you go ahead and give us a like. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Facebook people, you can turn on live notifications. Also, follow the page. Make sure you know when we go live. And I can't wait to see who all is going to show up today. So let me see if I can get our comments pulled up. And how are y'all doing today? I think I can see everything. I see Miss Valerie is here. Hello, hello. Hello, Aunt Flo. How are you? So happy you are here. Hey, Donzel. I think Donzel's been here a little bit before we got started. So hello, hello. Let me go all the way back to the top here. Hello. Is it Zoe? Camilla? Welcome. So happy to have you. Thank you for tuning in. Let us know where you're watching from. So happy to have all of you all here. What language do you speak, Zoe? Is it Spanish? And hopefully, I think you can turn on the closed captioning, and that should help with that. This is a live video, so welcome. My computer was prompting me, y'all. I don't know what this is. It's saying I could do like reactions. I don't know if y'all will see those. I've seen that before, and I just never clicked on it. So that was like popping up ready for me. So thank you to all of you, all 27 of you who are here right now. We are going to do something a little bit different. I had intended to work on a customer's order, but my hubby went to pick it up and he had to swing by and do another errand. So because life happens, I thought we would just come hang out in my kitchen because, you know, if you've been following me this summer, I've been making healthier choices like walking, eating better, which I've been doing that since March, and taking better care of myself also. So I always make a smoothie in the afternoons and I hadn't made it yet. So I thought, let's go ahead and make my smoothie for today. How does that sound? And I know Donzel's been wanting us to do something else in the kitchen. Donzel, I still have your ideas bookmarked. I have not forgotten, okay? So we're going to make my famous smoothie. I call it my mixed fruit smoothie because we're going to put some mixed fruit in it. And then we'll just chat while I am making this. Does that sound okay to you all? And if you want this recipe while we're live, Facebook people, go ahead and comment the word smoothie. And then YouTube, if you want it, I will give that link to you after the live is over if you comment the word smoothie, okay? All right. Hello, Derek. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Okay, Zoe speaks Spanish. Zoe, I don't know any Spanish. So I hope you can turn on the closed captioning. Back when I was in high school, I actually took French. So yeah, I'm not going to even try to do any Spanish. Okay, so I have my blender here. I use the Blendtec blender, but you could use a NutriBullet because we have one of those too. We also have a Ninja, but this is my preferred blender of choice when I'm making this particular smoothie. I've had this blender for many years, and I've told you about this before, but this is one of my favorite blenders to use because it has all the different settings. Like today, we're going to make a smoothie. Some days I actually make a milkshake, and I've been making those lately. Maybe we'll come back and do that later because I have a really good recipe for that. So today is all about making our mixed fruit smoothie. And because I'm going to use frozen fruit, I thought let's start with some apple juice. I was about to say applesauce. So this is Mott's, and it's their 100% juice. No sugar added. That's why I love this one. So we are going to make one of my famous smoothies. This is my homemade recipe, Zoe. So come on in. I'm going to lower the camera just a little bit so y'all can see my counter. I can still see your comments, okay? All right. So I'm going to just pour in about 8 ounces of my liquid, and I'm going to measure it. There's actually a line on the blender, so I can measure it there. Now, sometimes, depending upon how much ice I use, either ice or the mixed fruit, I will end up having to add a little bit more juice, okay? So I'm going to keep the juice handy, but I will tell you, if you're doing fresh fruit, you will not need the juice. So the juice is just because I have the frozen elements. All right, and then I'm going to add some Greek yogurt, but because I am adding some of my Plexus supplements, and they, to me, give off a hint of vanilla, we're going to use plain. But I will say, normally I love vanilla. I did vanilla the other day by mistake, and it was a little bit too tart for me. It was a little bit too much. So I'm just going to do some plain Greek yogurt. I used to not have any of this, but I added it to my grocery list once I started adding in my Plexus supplements, and you'll see those in just a bit. So I'm just going to do 2 scoops of this, just like so. And then I like to shake off the excess in my juice there. Okay. Yeah, it is delicious, Donzel. And put your hand up in the comments. Who likes smoothies? Anyone? Especially with this hot weather. Oh my goodness. I love a good smoothie. This is like perfect time for something refreshing. And I'm glad I can still see your comments. I'm going to change my screen over here. I have my iPad too, just in case. But since I can still see the comments, I'm going to make sure I can see my YouTube people. So I have gone back to work, y'all, this week, 2 days, and then now next week is a full schedule. So I'm really trying to stick to my routines, and this is one of them right here. I started this summer, and I said I'm going to keep it up, and I think I actually started before school got out too. So yeah, I definitely want to keep this up. All right, next we need a half of a banana. So you can either use a fresh banana, and I will show you. Let me grab a couple. When I'm making my smoothies, I prefer not to use the bananas that are really fresh like this, like if they're green or even yellow. I like to save these to eat. So if I'm going to use a fresh banana, it's going to look kind of like this. Okay, so we can either cut this one in half. I'm going to put this one away. Or I will also go ahead and show you. I keep in the freezer a bag of frozen bananas, because you don't have to toss bananas once they're really, really ripe. And so I go ahead and cut them in half, and I keep them in here. So if we put this frozen banana, then we may have to add a little bit more of the juice. So for today, let's use this one since I need to get rid of it anyway. And all I do, y'all, I just grab a knife just like this. And then we'll save the other half. So I'm going to put half of it in my smoothie. And then the other half can go in my little bag that I'm going to put back in the freezer. So this is good also if you make desserts that require require banana. Like I love making banana nut bread. And if you don't get to eat all your bananas, you can just freeze them and save them just like that. So see, that half banana got added to my little Ziploc bag, and I'll be able to use it a little bit later. So what do y'all think about that? Y'all like that? So we have a half a banana, 2 scoops of my Greek yogurt, and 1 cup of juice so far. So yeah, so what have y'all been up to this weekend while I grab my mixed fruit next? Tell me what y'all have been up to. I was trying to relax a little bit before the live, so I was literally on the couch, had my feet up, and I was watching a little television. I was relaxing. All right, so here is my mixed fruit. This is Walmart's brand, but you'll see it has a combination of different fruits. It has pineapples, strawberries, peaches, and mangoes. And this one is the frozen bag I was telling you about. So because it's frozen, that's why we use our liquid. Let's go ahead and open this. And all we're going to use is about a cup. You can measure it if you want, but I'm just going to pour in about a cup. And if you want different fruit in addition to this, like sometimes I'll add blueberries. You can add blueberries. Trying to think what else you might want to add. I've done apples before. They taste really good in here. Okay. So we're just going to toss in about a cup worth of fruit, just like that. It doesn't take a whole lot. And I try to make sure I get a mix. There we go. Glad I cleaned the counter. I try to put in a mix of like the strawberry, the peaches, the pineapple, and the mango. And then I like spinach in mine, just to give it that little healthy kick. So while we're doing spinach, this is already frozen. Whenever it gets close to the expiration, I go ahead and freeze it so I can still use it, and then I can just toss it into my smoothie. So just a handful of your spinach is all you need. You don't have to do this. This is optional. And you don't taste it at all, but I love the color that it will make the smoothie. You'll see it in just a minute, okay? All right, so let me put these 2 back up. What do y'all think so far? And let me know, if I were making you a smoothie, what fruits would you want in yours? What would be your favorite fruits? Okay, let's see what else we're going to put in. I think I want to go ahead and do my Plexus supplements now. So I've been taking their collagen, and you all probably have heard of collagen before. This is really good for your joints, your skin, your hair, all the things. And so I'm going to put in 2 scoops of this. I used to put it in my coffee, but even though it doesn't have a flavor, I felt it was changing the flavor of my coffee a little. So that's another reason why I like making my shake. Okay, so I'm just going to put my 2 scoops in, just like that. Sometimes I add it directly to the liquid before adding the fruit and the spinach, but by the time it mixes up, y'all, it's not going to matter, okay? And then something new that I've started taking since June, this is Armor. And Armor is all about your GLP-2, supporting your gut lining. And it's doing all the necessary repair work that we need. So I'm going to put in 1 scoop of this. I have not ever tried this in coffee. I've only tried it in my shakes. And like I said, y'all, it is good. It's good for you. Okay, that's also by Plexus. If you want any information about those products, comment the word Plexus and I'll send some information to you. And then I love my flaxseed. I've been taking like this for a while. This is good for your cardiovascular health. You can pick it up from like any grocery store. And you can do about a tablespoon of that. I usually just dump it in. I used to measure, but now I just kind of pour it in. I'm going to take the top off and just pour some of that in. Okay. And then the last thing we're going to end with is some chia seeds. And you can put chia seeds in yogurt. You can put it on your salads. Okay. And it looks like they even have a recipe on the back for this. Now, this sometimes will get a little messy. So let me get my teaspoon. I just do like a tablespoon. And when I'm really like busy, when it's work time, I usually will go ahead and measure it out, and I'll just have it already in a little container ready to be added into my smoothie. All right, what do y'all think? So that was about 1 tablespoon of the flax. You can do 1 or 2, and then I did 1 of the chia. And so, of course, the chia is good for your digestive health. It helps stabilize your blood sugar levels, gives you that full feeling. Hey, Mom, welcome, making my smoothie. Mom's been at church today. And y'all, that is it. That's all for our ingredients. So look at what we have in our blender. All right, so let me go ahead and get the base. And all I'm going to do is just set it up. I'll turn it around so you can see. It has all of the controls. So this is the smoothie button right here. But as you can see, you can do different things like whole juice. You can do sauces and dips, dressings. This one says, let's see, I'm reading upside down. Let me turn it. Soups, syrups, and fondues. This is the ice cream. You can actually do ice cream, y'all. And milkshake setting. Wait a minute. No, it doesn't say that. Hold on. Hold on. I got to turn it around. Okay. It says ice crush and milkshake. And then the other one says ice cream frozen yogurt. You have 2 speed buttons, and then you have a pulse. Oh, I love my blend tech, and welcome, Titanic. Love, love, love it. Best investment. It's a little pricey, but if you can afford it, and I've had mine, gosh, for over, let's see, how many years? Over 10 years. I don't even know, probably 15 years now. It has excellent warranty. The only thing I ever had to get, I think it was a new jar, and they sent me a new jar right here. All right, so I'm going to power it on. And then I don't know if you'll hear it blending or not, because I do have great settings on my stream for blocking out loud noise. However, I'm going to press the smoothie button, and I'm going to raise the camera just a little bit so you can see how it blends. Okay. All right. Are y'all ready? Okay. Here we go. I'm going to press the smoothie button. And it is all blended. I grabbed a straw. Do y'all see what I mean? You could hear it, Donzel. Was it really loud? And look, do you see how I told you it was going to change the color? So the spinach made it green. Had I not put the spinach in, it would have been more like the red from the strawberries. So yeah, how loud was it? I'm just curious. All right, let me put the yogurt back in the fridge. I was cleaning up while it was blending. Here we go. Oh, not too loud? Okay, good. And then you just remove it from the base, power it off. And I just tuck it back over here. And then because I used to drink smoothies like as a meal supplement, I already have cups and I have the little dome lids. You can also get the flat lids. Just keep the lids on hand. And the cups. Just like so. Hey, hubby. Hubby came in the other door. I told him I was doing my live. I didn't know which way he'd come in. All right, so watch. We're going to pour it. There we go. And look at there. And then the reason I love the dome lid is because I don't have to lose any of the smoothie. You know how sometimes when you go to like, trying to think, could be Starbucks. I'll use them as an example. Or I know we were somewhere at the beach and I got a fresh smoothie. And it could even be like Smoothie Cafe, what have you. I don't like when you have a ton of smoothie left and they pour it out. I don't like that. So that's why I like the dome lid, because here's what I do. I go ahead and put my lid on just like this. And then I can still pour the rest of my smoothie in my cup because that dome lid gives me more space. And sometimes I'll even have so much smoothie that it'll fill the top of that cup, just like that. And then if you really want to, you can take, there is a spatula that comes with the smoothie, or I should say with the blender, and you can scrape the sides and get all of that. I haven't been using that lately, but you could. I just take my time and pour it, pour it, pour it. And y'all, that is it. And then I just rinse this out really good and let it stand straight up and air is open. So let's do that. Just rinse it out with hot water. And that's all I'll do for now. And I'll clean it a little bit later. And then let me rinse the lid, do the same thing. One time I took my blender when we went on vacation because I was determined to still drink my shakes every day. But how about I forgot the lid, and I think I ended up using like the Glad seal wrap, and that's how I was able to make the smoothie and not have it like splash all over the place. So yeah, so you can make it happen. Thank you, Donzel. What app, Titanic, are you talking about? Okay, y'all. So y'all ready for the taste test? So look at how beautiful it is. It's a beautiful green color because of our spinach. And it has all of our good ingredients. Remember, we had apple juice for the base because it was frozen fruit. We had 2 scoops of our Greek yogurt. You can do vanilla. I did the plain just simply because of my supplements having a little bit of a taste to me, even though they say it's plain. Half of banana, about a cup of fruit. And we did the mixed fruit. I did a handful of spinach. You can do fresh, but I had some in the freezer, so I chose the frozen today instead of my fresh. And then we put in our supplements. So I had my Plexus Collagen, Plexus Armor, and then I added in chia seeds and flax seeds. Okay, here we go. Y'all ready? Okay. Oh my goodness, y'all. It is so fresh, so tasty, and so healthy. I love it. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, Titanic. I have done that before. Titanic is saying that you can fill the jar, the blender jar, halfway with water and a drop of dish soap and pulse it. Yes, I do that sometimes. I haven't done it in a while. So thank you for reminding me of that. That is an excellent way to clean the blender, not have to do all the work, right? Yeah, this is very good, y'all. Mm. And like I say, I love it because it's fresh. It's refreshing, especially when it's hot weather like this summer heat we're having right now. And I get my supplements in. So if you want that recipe, don't forget Facebook people, you can comment the word smoothie. YouTube, when you comment, I'll make sure you get the link. Okay. All right, y'all. Did y'all enjoy that live? We got to do something a little different. And hubby just made it in. So that means I'll be able to work on my order. So we'll have to show you next time what I'm going to be creating. But I have a decal that a customer ordered for her new office. And so I'll be working on that between now and tomorrow. And then tomorrow is Sunday. So we have Faith's Creative Circle at 4:30. So make sure you stay tuned. We're going to create another exciting design. I'm trying to decide between two designs I have in my mind. And then, of course, tomorrow, y'all, the excitement of tomorrow's reveal. It's almost here. I've been giving you sneak peeks every day on Facebook. And I can't wait for you to see what we are launching tomorrow. So you make sure you come back. Probably tomorrow, roughly 5:00 p.m., I will be posting it on Facebook. So make sure you stay connected for that. We still have our Christmas in July. And we are celebrating the moment, the feeling, the joy of Christmas. And I've been sharing some previous projects, some new projects. You all voted for your favorite Friday. And y'all, the Jesus is the reason for the season 1, 2 weeks in a row. Wow, I can't believe that. So I actually can't believe that, but I'm excited that you all selected that wreath again. So honored just to have an opportunity to share faith-based decor for Christmas, because that really is the purpose, the reason that we celebrate, right? And let's see what else. I have my mom's live tonight at 7. So those of you who follow her, I'll see you over there on her page at 7. I'm going to get in some more rest and relaxation time before Monday hits again, because I will be back to work the full week this week. Teachers are returning on Wednesday. And I actually have a session to a topic that I'll be presenting 3 times on Thursday. So I'm getting ready for that presentation. So yeah, this is going to be a full week. So getting all the rest and relaxation in I can now. And I think that is about it. So what questions do you all have before we head out? And I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for spending a little bit of your time with me. And we will be back again on Tuesday, prayerfully, 5:30 Eastern. And I can't wait to see who else is going to join me. All right. I don't think I've missed anything. I'm checking. Okay. So don't forget, tomorrow is the big reveal of something brand new I've been working on, and I can't wait to share it with you. So make sure you stick around so you can check that out. All right, let's see if there's anything else. And if you are new, if this is your first time tuning in, make sure you give us that subscribe. We're working on 1,200 subscribers, and I checked the other day just while I was working on some other things, and we are so close. So I cannot wait. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful, blessed night. I always say, don't forget to go out and look for something good, because when you find that something good, you know you have found God. And remember, God's got me, God's got you, and we've got this. Have an amazing night. I will see you back Tuesday for another live. Love you all so much. Bye, everyone.